Hi Dinosaur Omelette friends, I'm Angela and I'm here to show you a task that I do to maintain our jumbo wild Coturnix quail. We have a spiral breeding program, so that means we have 3 different groups maintained at all times of healthy breeding birds, and having 3 groups and rotating the males allows us to keep traits that we want to maintain in our lines, but also keep a very genetic makeup, so there's no inbreeding or any undesired traits. So today I'm going to be weighing a group of grow-outs that I've been monitoring and weighing at different ages. They're now mature. This is the last weigh I'm going to do for them. I'm going to select birds to keep in our program to replace older birds. And as I weigh them, I will be examining them, looking for any good traits, undesirable traits, any blemishes or things that they look good. And I'll be separating the birds during this process and banding them as well, depending on the weight that they are and the particular group that they're going to be in. So I'm going to be using different types of bands and zip ties, clips and such. So yeah, I will show that process to you. I hope that this will be interesting. Let me know if you have questions along the way as you watch this. But I'm going to get started collecting some birds from there in the lower cage behind me, this 3-tiered cage. The group I'm working with today is in that lower cage. So I'm going to go ahead and collect some birds and get ready for my first weigh. So to do this task, I have several cages set up down here on the ground. Maybe you can see a little bit of the tops of the cages. They're kind of out of the frame. But I have several separate cages, nothing special, just something to put the quail in that they can safely wait. While I'm sorting, I want to have several so that I like to put the same sizes, you know, like maybe 15 ounces, 14 ounces, 13 ounces, you know, separated, and have a cage where I'm going to put the ones that I don't want to keep in my breeding program, so they're separated, and just to kind of keep myself organized as I'm doing the whole process. I have already written down notes from data and records I've been collecting on these 3 different groups of my existing breeders in the spiral program, and then also with the 3 groups, the new groups I'm going to be adding to. So I have my past notes and I'm making new notes with what I'm going to be collecting today to keep myself organized and moving fluidly. I have a pair of scissors to clip any zip tie type bands I'm going to use, and I have multiple colors of those, and then I also have band clip ties that go around their legs. I have a container. This is just a simple Tupperware container. It's plenty of room for a mature quail to fit in. I use this to contain them for a few seconds while I weigh them on the kitchen scale here. And I don't fully seal the lid when I just leave it on loosely enough to keep it shut. They have plenty of air. There's no chance of suffocation or suffering. It's just meant to keep them contained for a few seconds so that I can see the weight, and then I record the weight and move the bird. And then I also have a container to gather the quail, put them in, and work from there as the first group, and then I sort and get the next group. So I'm going to go ahead and collect these guys. So I grabbed a few birds, put them in my tub, and I'm going to do this kind of quickly, and then I'll make some notes as I go. And apparently it's rooster crowing time, so hopefully they subside in a few moments. So when I hold them, this is a male, I just hold them nice and snug in my hands. I let their legs loose, but I hold onto their thighs, not in a super tight way, but hold onto their thighs with my pinky and my ring fingers, and then I hold their wings with my thumbs on top of their shoulder blade area, and these 2 fingers around them with their head in the middle, just to keep them contained. Once their wings get loose, and they get kind of scared, and then they'll flap. So I want to keep them as calm as I can. So I'm going to go ahead and weigh him. So the wings are loose, then I just kind of contain their wings again. A little over 11 ounces. And Just take a look at him. I'm just checking his face, make sure his eyes are proper, like roundness, and looking at his feet. So a nice way to hold them to like have a free hand, and if you need to band them, is simply, so this is how I had them before, but I just put them against my body. I hold the two legs with one hand, and the one wing is tucked against my hand. This wing is kind of against my body, and he's just kind of contained. And then I can band him and have a free hand if I need that. Okay, so she is a little over 14.5 grams, or I'm sorry, ounces. She looks very nice. I'm gonna go ahead and put her in the to be considered cage, and I'm gonna band her as well. I'm gonna go ahead and do a few of these, and then we'll kind of speed up the process since I have quite a few birds to get through. Here's a little boy, kind of on the smaller side, it feels like. So this guy, he's definitely on the smaller side. I want to keep my males as large as possible. And so those two other ones I just did, the one was 11.5, the other one was 12 ounces. This guy, he's just a little over 9. So we also have a meat program that we raise these guys for our family so we can have healthy meat. So we do these guys for eggs and meat. So this guy, he is going to be serving us by nourishing us. So he's gonna end up going to freezer camp. Okay, so now I have finished weighing all of them. I went through all of these birds in this particular group. There's 3 groups in this overall group. I banded them according to weight. I gave a quick look over, visual look over, just looking for any blemishes or anything that's obviously not right. Mostly they all look pretty nice. Now I'm gonna do a sort through to identify. This isn't like my permanent selection yet. This is my next step. I'm gonna go through and see who passes to the next level, and then the third inspection will be the ones I actually keep. So right now I'm gonna pick the ones I want to keep for now and put them back in their house, and then just separate the other ones somewhere else. So I hope that was interesting. If you have any questions about this process, just weighing birds, like you can do this in a small group of birds, you know, I mean as small as one bird, or you can do as many as you want. Obviously the more birds you have to do, then the longer the process takes, but you can weigh them at any age, even as early as in the egg, and then 3 days old. Make sure to keep clear records of your data and the things that you're recording about each bird and each group. Yeah, so I will be seeing you guys again shortly. And this was just another day in the life of the Dinosaur Omelette. Thanks again. Please like and subscribe, comment on the bottom if you have any questions, comments, or even if you like the video. Thanks a lot, guys. Bye.